All right, I'm back, y'all. I am back, and if you're watching on repeat, the if you're streaming and you saw like my other one, that was about the who, what, when, why, and where of elections. Today's election. The purpose of this live is going to be to talk to you about the city council meeting that is today at City Hall at 5:30. Okay, so it's important that you let your friends and family know about all the city council meetings, right? This is how we get involved. This is how we change our communities. And not everybody is online. So if you can, your friends that are not online, let them know, hey, there's a city council meeting. I don't think it's going to be a long meeting today. I really don't, looking at the agenda. But it's important that it's important that you come, right? Be in the seats, listen to what's going on so we can make positive change in our community. So the agenda today, normal stuff, the consent agenda, that's where we approve the minutes. And then you would have seen that in some of the meetings, I have not approved um, the minutes. Really doesn't matter because, I'm part of the minority. So they vote five altogether all the time. But I tell you why. When I don't approve the minutes, that's because I didn't get a chance to thoroughly read the minutes. And sometimes we get like, 8 minutes, 8, 10 minutes. And so I can't approve them without actually going through and reading them. And if we get them like a day or two before, that's not enough time. Um, so that's kind of I want to explain to you guys. Some of you may ask, well, why don't you approve the minutes? Um, so then we're going to be talking about new business. They're going to there's a remembering former employee Reggie McDaniel. He worked for the museum. I don't know much about him, but he recently I believe he recently passed away. The city administrator has some updates. She's going to be giving us a progress report on the drainage project. So the drainage project is where we are putting in a what's that thing called? A how want to call it? Oh, retention pond. Oh my goodness, there it is. We're putting in a retention pond, and the retention pond is going to drain. It's going to help fix flooding for 20% of Mullins, which is awesome. And then the for those of you that are in the housing authority, um, it's going to help fix that. Now that project is a $2.5 million project, and when I first became mayor, it was 1.5 million was coming from one grant source, and we needed to find the matching funds, and we got them. So thank you very much to Senator Kent Williams, who was able to pull those strings for us to get us the matching funds that we needed for the retention policy, the retention pond, and the flooding. This is going to fix flooding for 20% of our community. And it was hello, good morning, the office SCORE, which is the Office of Resilience that came through. And so they're helping us manage the project now. It's probably going to take a couple years, but um, when the retention pond is finished, it's not just going to be just like a hole with water. It doesn't have to be. If we work with them, we can actually design it to be a walking path. And, some of these man-made ponds that you see in other communities, they are actually doing a service, right? So when the flood waters come, water can go into the retention pond to until it can make it through our drainage systems, right? So that will help eliminate flooding. The demolition project, she's going to do a progress report on that. So those are the 27 homes that we're tearing down. So if you're in District 3, you really need to be at this meeting so you can hear about the demolition work, and when those homes are going to be actually coming down. And some of those homes are like homes that have been burned out, homes that have been abandoned. It's going to really make District 3, to me, look like Barn Street's going to be completely redone. Then the recreation is hosting a tournament on the 11th through the 14th. I don't know what GSB is, so I find out. A GSB tournament. Maybe it's something to do with baseball. We'll find out. And then the so then we're going to executive session. So what happens with executive session is that there's like 3 or 4 reasons why you can go into executive session. Personnel, contractual, executive session. I'm sorry, economic development. So we have some contractual personnel issues, the city attorney, the building official, the museum director. Those are all soon to be or already vacant positions. So we're going to talk about that. The contractual, if needed. So we're dealing with a contract issue with a company called WTP. So if needed, we'll talk about that in executive session. And then economic development. And I actually asked for that one to be put on the schedule. So now here's the thing. Yes, your city council can go into executive session to discuss sensitive items, but we absolutely cannot do anything in executive session. Everything that's done, when we come out of executive session, it'll be like we came out of executive session with no action taken. And then any action that's going to be taken has to be taken in front of you. So if you stick around, then you can hear about, what those actions are that are going to be taken. Right. And sometimes we go into executive session and there's really nothing to have, it's just, but if something is happening, trust and believe that it has to be done in public. And I say that a lot, right? It all has to be done in public. We are a government entity. You are the people. It's your buildings. Everything we do for you. You pay the salaries. There's nothing that you should not be involved in. You should not know about. And anything you want to get from us, you can get from us. It's not my government. It's not council's government. It's your government. Point blank, period. All right. So I hope to see you today at 5:30. All right. 5:30 at City Hall. Tell your friends and family, just in case they don't know, right? It should not be a long meeting tonight. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Have a blessed day.